Jam books, guidebooks.
Oh, thank you.
Look, before and after. You look how they look like.
Oh no, I appreciate it. Thank you though.
Do you want old coin? Roman coin?
No.
You know Roman coin? Look, I am digging here, excavation. Look. Oh, my cartel.
Oh wow. Beautiful.
Yes, you know who is this? This is Achilles Hector up there.
Oh wow.
This is St. John. Look,
Beautiful.
St. John. I am digging.
Very beautiful. Thank you, sir.
Look, Alexander Great.
Thank you. Oh wow.
I sell.
Maybe on the way back?
Yes, this is
Okay.
real.
I'll think about it.
You
I'll
know
think about
these
it.
turtles? Excuse me, have big family turtles inside. Big family. This one is baby. This is baby.
Aww.
They eat grass. They baby this. Only 3 months old. They want love you. They want kiss you.
Aww, so cute.
They know they like American people.
Bye. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
10 euro. Maybe later. After later, we come back.
That's another guard dog.
Oh, yeah.
This is what the structure looked like once upon a time, the Basilica of John, built in 6th century AD. As you see, it was, within the city walls. There is a mosque there called Isa Bey Mosque, which Isa in Turkish means Jesus. So it's kind of like nice to see that two religions merge. And the first Ephesus was settled down here. How? There's two stories. One, Ephesus believed to be founded by Amazons, the women warriors. They chop one of their breasts off to use the arrow much more efficiently. How do we? I know it's waste of boobs, but how do we know they are the founders? Now, on the very first coins of Ephesus, there is the bee symbol. Bee symbolizes Apasa. Apasa is the name of the queen bee, and that's where the name Ephesus is coming from. The next story is related with a Greek king called Andropus. He wanted to have his own kingdom away from his father, and then he asked the oracle where to settle down. The then he was hunting with the soldiers. They stopped to make a fire, and the bushfire started. They wanted to cook fish in that fire. A bushfire started, and a wild boar came out of the bushes. And then it clicked to him. This is what the oracle was trying to tell me. So they say where he's killed the wild boar, he settled down for the first Ephesus, where the fortress was. So this is the first location of Ephesus. So whatever that was here is below this structure, below these houses in the surrounding, and not much left. And then this was by the sea once upon a time. And you know, they are a trade city. They're making their money out of you know, trade. And then the sea is slowly getting silted up and moving. So what did they do? They moved with the city. And the Ephesus here I'm talking about is at least like 7th, 8th century BC I'm talking about. So there is not much remains left of it. What you see the model of there is the Temple of Artemis. We're talking about 5th, 6th century BC right now. When they built it, they wanted to live beside it, and the sea is moving, you know, with the silting up process. So they built the Temple of Artemis beside the sea. Their second city was next to the Temple of Artemis, which I referred to. If you look at the bottom, you will notice one column at the end. You see the one column at the end, like, you know, where there's the little dark glass at the back. So that's one of the Locals said no, which was smart, because if they do that, Artemis might be angry. If they don't do it, you know, Alexander would be angry. So they said two gods cannot be in the same temple. So they refused him nicely. After Alexander the Great, who comes is Lysimachus, the commander of Alexander the Great, who moved the city here. So the sea is keep on moving. The temple is ruined. 5th century BC we're talking about. Then they moved the city here. Who moved the city here? Lysimachus, we said, he's the one who built the city walls too. We're gonna see it. But when they put the city there, it was not by the sea anymore. It was a navigatable river that reaches to the harbor of Ephesus. How Ephesus came to an end is this harbor finally got silted up fully. It brought malaria. It was earthquakes happening a lot, and then that's how Ephesus got disappeared from the pages of history. What I like about this location is 12th century AD at the back, 6th century AD we're standing on, 5th century BC, you know, all the way at the back. So it's like in a very short area, in a very small area, we have all kind of street traffic. So now I would like to give you all the information about the Jesus is about to be crucified. He entrusted his mother to John. John, this is your mother. Mother, this is your, mother, this is your son. Son, this is your mother. And then what happened after is, after a while, they continued to their journey to spread Christianity, right? And we definitely know Ephesus was one of these places. And how do we know this solidly? The theater of Ephesus is mentioned in the Bible. John and Paul was here, and then they got objections. Objections were coming from the goldsmiths and silversmiths. And why? Because they're shouting for Artemis, because they're selling the goods of Artemis. And if they run out of that idea, they're going to be out of business. So they started to cry for a riot to start. What happened afterwards is John got exiled to Patmos. I don't know if Patmos is part of your itinerary. And that's where he started writing the book of Revelation. And who exiled John to Patmos is Domitian, the Roman emperor. He was a character that was not very much liked, and he tried to kill probably John a few times, didn't work. And then finally he exiled him to Patmos. What happened to Domitian is he loved himself so much. He was a selfish guy. He built a temple for his own honor in Ephesus. He put a statue of himself 7 meters high. Can you imagine a 7-meter marble statue? That is gigantic. We found the head part and the arm part. It is big as this, and then the arm is tall as me. Just this part of the arm they found. So what happened to him is he got killed by a slave who was arranged by his wife, and then people were not sad at all for his death. They erased all his names from the inscriptions, dedicated the temple to his father. He was totally done. They were totally done with him. Why am I telling you this story? Because when he died, John's exile was over in Patmos. He could have been back to anywhere he wanted to, but he chose Ephesus. Why? Probably Virgin Mary being here. We're gonna link the story to that in a bit when we go to the house. And then John is the only one that died because of age reasons. We're talking about 3742 that they arrived to Ephesus, and then John is the one that died because of age reasons, one of the only ones that died because of age reasons. They talk about 88 to 100 years old, and that according to his wish, he was buried here. The structure that you see here is built by the period of Justinianus, the Byzantine kings and kingdoms. They even, 6th century AD is significant because 6th century AD is when Christianity is official. But they also, some sources talk that it was already unusable in 6th century AD. So beginning to the end, it's the earthquakes, it's, the perception, whatever it is, that's what happened. And then, the excavations kind of stopped because there's not much more to find. But let me show you where he was supposedly buried. John and Paul was here between 37 and 42. There is another significant structure in Ephesus that I would like to give you information about. The very first church named after Mary was in the borders of Ephesus as well. The 431 Third Ecumenical Council has been held there, and that's where they decided to title of Mary to be the bearer of God. So we're going to put these stories together and head to the house of Mary to continue the rest of the story there. So John supposedly came back from Patmos. He spent some more years here because of Mary, according to the story, and he died because of 8 reasons and buried here under this structure. It's a big difference of centuries until the Christianity got accepted as the official religion. But the structure was built over his tomb in 6th century AD. I just want to show something here. Since there is no crowd, I'm going to draw something on the floor with a clay. In Ephesus, you're going to see a sign like this. Oh, this is not drawing. Okay, there's a plate here. In Ephesus, you're going to see a sign like this related with Christianity again. Like a pizza, okay? And then there is the word that's hidden in it, written in Greek letters, like this. This word written towards me is iktos. Iktos means fish, and it's hidden in that sign that is carved in Ephesus, many places. How? I'm showing it here because in Ephesus generally the sign is busy, so we get to see it better, and it gives you a Maltese cross like this. And then until 6th century AD, that's their way of representation of them. And then after 6th century AD, they start building Christian buildings. They start putting crosses on the foreheads, and then they start putting crosses in the entrance of the buildings. So this is what to see here. Let me take you to the house and merge the stories together, and then we're gonna see that first church ever named after Mary after we're finishing Ephesus. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. All right, so as you're taking pictures, we're gonna head this way back and then meet on the bus. I'm not setting a time, so since we're just all walking back there, and then we'll head towards that house. So ladies, we're heading to the bus. We're heading to the bus, guys. Sorry if I
Yeah. I understand. This building was.
It's just the era that was built.
You want the point?
No thanks, man. Have a good day.
$20 for the any of them.
Oh,
20.
no thank
In
you. No thank
America,
you.
you know how much? 200, 300. I give you, look. Look. This is St. John and this is Alexander Great. Silver.
Okay.
20 for you.
She told me no.
Being a ding ding.
As long as you know this is not here. This guy is so genuine. No. Guidebooks?
It's funny.
Guidebooks, St. John books. Anybody want book St. John? You want St. John?